Let me do my thing.
The reason you're confused is that you do not know the truth.
This guy claims that babies have orgasms.
We are following a trend that these people created.
Starting off, I'll just say, Josh, what are your values? What would you say these are Josh's values that you live up to?
Well, I can definitely say that one of my values is truth.
Okay.
You know, I think there is, I'm one of those believers that think there's just one truth, right? Not even like basing it off like the Bible, but I think
It's God's truth. Then.
yeah, you get me, like but I think there is an ultimate truth, doesn't have to be biblically or doesn't have to be circular, but there's just like one truth. So that's like one of my values, and I actually like the fact that you as you mentioned, like growing up, there's like certain truths that you knew that you were going to, like you just knew that there was something was true in this way. So yeah, like I really respect that, because man, that's also just like one of my.
Okay, so it's truth and what else? Can you give me a range, just four words that describe your values or are your values that you live by? Just 4 words.
Okay, I'll say truth, freedom.
Okay. Freedom. Okay.
What do you want to say?
Freedom. No, it's cool. I'll get to it.
Yeah, no, the truth, freedom, love, and just discipline. Yes, those are my top 4 values.
I'll be touching on discipline later on, but yeah, for me it's kind of the same. I think it's truth, honesty, love, respect. Respect is number 1. I think if I'd put them in order, respect would be the first one. Yeah, because
respect is a tricky one, eh? Yeah, it's very tricky.
You think why?
Yeah, I think there's like one side that says you have to earn respect, and then there's another side that says you can just give respect without it being earned. And on both sides, I really think there's a truth on both sides. That's why I'm saying it's tricky. Like like really respect. I don't know what you mean by respect, but
I think respecting others respecting me. I think I want to receive that. I want to give out that. So that is number 1. I think from first interactions, I want to be respected, and I want you to feel respected too. So yeah, it's respect. And just going into that, where do you think you got your values from? Is it something you learned? Is it something you picked up from someone growing up?
I think where I got my values from, it's like my values, right? To like start from the beginning, I had these values, but I never recognized them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things, like you're growing up. Like I always knew that I always hated people that lie, yeah, and I always admired people who were extremely disciplined, so it's like it's just those things that like I had, but I didn't recognize that, no, these are really my values. And also, like, I hate being limited.
Okay. Also, that's where the freedom comes from. Okay. If you put it like that, then it's fine. Okay, it makes sense. Okay.
So, like, with that, I got to discover them off of, I took this test, like it's so easy nowadays to, like, really discover things. So, like, I took this test, and, I just got to see that. It's this other online test, man. Like, I sent it to you.
What's it called? Put it out.
I think it's like a personality test.
Personality test.
Yeah, like personality test. I forgot, like like what it is, but yeah, we'll put it up. We'll put it down below.
What did it say you are?
It said that I'm someone who is like I'm in between. You feel me? Yeah, like in between two extremes, right? Like there's like a low side of, let's say, someone who's disciplined, right? So like the lower side of someone who's disciplined is, someone who is just easygoing, if I may say. Someone who just does what they think, and they just jump into it. You feel me? Okay. Yeah, so it's like, it's the whole list, man. I can't come up with that, but like, yeah, we'll show the audience.
Yeah, I took the test and it said I'm a logician. Yeah, I took a logician. Yeah, that's my personality type. So
Did the test give you like a one word of who you are?
yeah, actually, like here it is. I was just pulled it up. Yeah, it's 16 personalities. Actually, that's what it's called. 16 personalities. Yeah.
I think mine was when I took that test. It said that I'm a natural debater. So yeah, there's something in me that naturally wants to debate. Yeah.
This is the right people. Yes, the perfect platform.
That's yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, going back, like I said, for me it's respect, truth, love, honesty, and I'd say kindness. I guess it is, yeah. Yeah, they kind of are.
I don't know. Yeah. I think I don't know. Like if you guys think truth and honesty are the same, please, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I think where I got my values from is my dad. Yeah, like I think that's where I learned it from. M- Mostly respect, because like I've seen him around like people that he's friends with, or I've heard my mom speak about him with her friends or with the colleagues, and it's just been like respect. It's just they talk about him in respect, or they ask about him in respect. Like there's this way they call him, and I've also adopted it, and I kind of like introduce myself to people by it, is Ntate. Like he gave me, yeah, you've heard it there. Yeah, so like yeah, it's like Ntate. That it's that respect. So like I've always seen that they call him Ntate. That's like the man of the house. When I hear that, I'm like, yeah, that's the man of the house. That's yeah. So for me, respect, seeing my dad in that image, people respecting him, I think I've obviously wanted the same. I've desired to be respected and give out respect, because I don't think he'd be respected if he didn't give it out. So yeah. So would you still say you learned, or you've realized your values, or do they come from somewhere? Did you learn them from somewhere?
I think they do have some roots, like all my values. As I said, like in my life, I've had quite a few people, like the same with everyone, like there's a lot of people who lie out there, you feel me? And so it's like from an early age, right? Like I definitely never liked people who lie, And I think also with I would say my number one is freedom, right? I hate being limited. Like I even see by the way I think, it's like I hate being put in a box, where it's like you live this kind of life, and so it's like you are, you're this kind of person. I don't think that's true. Like I think I even mentioned it before. Like I think anyone in any form of life, your circumstances do not define you. So yeah, it's deeply being rooted in me, this thing of not wanting limitations, wanting to be free, to do what I want, like I mean, like it's a big world, there's a lot of things, and yeah, I feel like a lot of people limit themselves, and yeah.
And you're just free-minded,
Yeah,
free-spirited.
I could say I'm free-minded, but I'm still working towards being more open-minded. Okay. I think there's a difference to that. I was silver lining. But yeah, no, I am free-minded. Like I don't, I don't think in closed up kind of way. If I'm saying, like in a what can I say? I don't want to think in a survival kind of mode. Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, man, I think freedom is a very important value. Like I think, like everyone need to feel like they are free. Like they need to take up their freedom. Because we're all free, honestly. Yeah. So yeah, that's where the freedom comes from, man. Honestly. Um. Yeah. And I actually like this and that kind of thing. It feels. Yeah, like it's it's so cool.
Address me like that, sir. Address me like that. It boosts my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. It boosts. Yeah, it like puts me there. Puts me there. I mean, like it's it, it's a good confidence booster. But yeah,
Yeah. So with that aside, about what we're gonna talk about. Do you think you can add any value to any in like? Do you think you can add any form of, I don't know, respect towards? I don't know. Should we introduce what we're talking about first? Okay.
I think let's do that. I was just about to enter into that. Yeah, yeah. I was just about to enter into it. Yeah, let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. Okay, so obviously why we're here is we're going against society's norms, what they normalize, what they think is normal, what I think the world wants us to think is normal. And we sat down, we thought about a topic, and the topic was how homosexuality started trending. Yeah. So uh went our different ways, did our research, came back, and now we're gonna speak about that.
And we found some. Oh, oh my
Oh,
God.
you brought it got me pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed. It got me pissed. Like at Devo, like I was telling them in devotional in the morning, like, yo, bruh, that like the information I found pissed me off, and it's like two particular people. So can we?
Do you want to jump into those people? I feel like we should. I feel like we should. Yes, John Money and Alfred Kinsey. Yeah. So I don't know. Can you just give them a brief on who they are?
I okay, so uh let's start with Alfred Kinsey. He is basically the father of sexual revolution, you know. And John Money, from my point of view, what I found is that he's the inventor of the terms uh gender roles and uh uh sexual identity. So yeah, those guys are the people that made this thing trend, you know. And yeah, the things you found about these guys, man, like they hectic. Like for the fact that we follow trends made by such people, like that's what hurts me the most, you know. That's what gets me the most. And like from I think for me, reason why I'm like passionate about this, because one day I want to have kids. I wanna have grandkids, and looking at how the world is gonna turn out, man, it's not nice for them. It's not nice for them. Like the way they were living, it like that's what I'm talking about. Freedom. That when you say freedom is one of the values live by, and I was like, yeah, no, it's it's we're too free. I think that's the issue. We're too free. We've sexualized everything, like, and it's I think it's led to that point. It's led to what
You feel like there's an over freedom that leads people to, yeah. I actually I agree with you on that. And like going back to what you said about the fact that we are following a trend that these people created, and if you could go, like, search history, like search these guys, you know, like as we did, you would not like what you see, honestly, because the things that these guys did, you know, and in turn homosexuality became normalized through that, you know, it became more widespread, you know, through that. It's and no one, like, I've never, you know, like doing research, like stumbling upon these guys, honestly, because you introduced me to them. I never knew these guys, bro. I never knew these guys, bro. And that's the scary thing about it. No one wants to consider that, you know. No one mentions these guys, you know, and how they helped, um I don't, like, for lack of a better word, market homosexuality. You feel me? Like, because after that, like, it became more widespread.
Just homosexuality, I think.
Yeah, not only homosexuality, like
Sexual.
even sex trafficking, like kids, you know, like, yes, a lot of things.
Like pedophilia.
Exactly, exactly. Alfred Kinsey, like, honestly, that guy was a pedophile, and that's what I think. I think he was just someone who had his sexual hungers, like, and fetishes, you know, where and you know, he just wanted to normalize them, so he just wanted to be able to do them freely, you know, and you know, through the name of sexology, or through the name, exactly, you know. And like, it's just scary, as I'm saying, like, thinking about it, that like these guys, like, who literally filmed, apparently, he was filming, like, guys having sex with kids, you know, men on men, you know, woman on woman, you feel me?
Like animals, dudes with animals. Like, yeah. Kingsley was broad. This guy was like savage. He had no care in the world. He was free. He was too free with what he was doing, you know. And it's weird how like these people, man, they still like credited for their work. Like right now, today, they're dead, but whatever they're doing, they still credited for it. And right, it's yeah, it's crazy. It's mad.
There was something that touched me about Money, John Money. He said one of his statements, and it goes like, "If I were to see the case of a boy aged 10 or 11 who's intensely erotically attracted toward a man in his 20s or 30s, right? The boy is 10 and the guy is 30. If the relationship is totally mutual and the bonding is genuine, and the bonding is genuinely totally mutual, then I would not call it pathological in any way. Like, how can that be normal, nigga? Like, this is a 10-year-old and a guy in his 30s. Like, I don't even understand how that could happen, you know? And yeah, like with these guys, like these two what father figures, these the two fathers of you know, this trend of sodomy, you feel me? Like, it just has me thinking that, you know, does the things, like, do the things that we know about sexual attraction nowadays, sexual intercourse, like, is it really coming from a pure kind of way, you know? Because these guys influenced a whole lot of, you know, a whole lot of societies and cultures, even with like straight men as well, you know. Like, I think it's to some extent, you know, they're also influenced by Money and Kinsey's research.
Like the mind is so stupid, bro. You just be triggered by something. You'd be led by something you read, and now you're dumb as ever, and you follow it. Like the mind it's like you trick it, bro, and you'll be led into it, not because you want to, but because you're like curious. Yeah, It leads to all these things, man.
Curiosity without like knowing what is right and what's not right. Like I feel like it's dangerous. Like just just completely free curiosity is like it's yeah, 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 because as we were mentioning earlier, on the topic of homosexuality, how some people even start, it's through, some people are just trying it out experimentally, and like, they end up getting hooked on it, and
Yeah, like what you said, end up getting hooked on it. Not that they they are like that. That's another debate.
yeah, and true, they're not like that.
Not like that, but you get hooked into it, and I think that's the crazy part is you're not like that. You're influenced to think you're like that.
Exactly.
You understand?
Through
And
society,
yeah, it's
through
yeah, through society, through social
family,
media, through
friends.
what you watch, listen, family, friends, mother, father influencing it. Like I tell you, I went to some event here, uh, and it was about homosexuality and the community, like bringing awareness of the community. And this mother was like, she has I think a 13-year-old girl. She's lesbian. The girl is lesbian. The mother accepts it, and she was like, no, her granny saw that she's into like boys things like toys and clothing, and the granny was like, no, 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 don't buy these things for these dresses, because I can see I've raised this child. She likes dresses. She likes trousers. She likes trucks. She's a yeah. And the mother was like, okay, I let it go. I let it happen, and it progressed. This was from like age 5 or so, and it progressed, and now she's like fully accepting it. Like, that is my child. My child is lesbian. She's attracted to. She influenced that. Like, she influenced that. She bought clothes, boy clothes, like for the child, toys for the child. Like, even I can bet you conversations were leading to.
Normalcy in female and female. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
So yeah, it's just weird, man. Like, even mothers influence it, or father.
Like the family, the fact that the family, first of all, normalizes that, I think is totally twisted as well. Like, and another thing is it could be generational.
Yeah.
Like how if I normalize the whole idea of homosexuality, right, and I've normalized having conversations about homosexuality, right, in a free way, I really think that if
Are you good?
yeah, as I'm saying, sorry, if I normalize conversations about homosexuality, I really think that
Are we talking in a household setting?
yeah, like in a household settings, like how like the mother that you were mentioning, right? Like she would even buy for this daughter male stuff. I think like the fact that she normalized that also influenced the kid, like something like that. And like on that, on family and friends, I actually wanted to tap on the friends part, because like you back in primary school, right? I'm thinking of it now, like I see the power of opinions, like of when like you're in a school setting or just in the world, like people's opinions on you, right? Because the mind, as you say, it's very stupid, like it's very dumb, like, whoa, my guy. So what happened with me was, I really at this stage of my life, like I really loved sitting like this, right? Like I don't see anything wrong. No, 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 not
No, like
no.
it's called a four.
Okay, now I saw you doing like this. I was like,
Nah.
nah, as long as you don't mean that, but like, you feel me? Like, and so I really love sitting like this. I feel like it's comfortable, fam. Like, and not that I have something wrong with sitting like this, right? I would sit both ways, but mostly I would sit like this in primary. And so there's this one kid. The kid was like, the kid was sitting just like right next to me, right? And then it was like, boys don't sit like that, right? Boys sit like this. And so with that, like, you do not understand how that created a chain reaction, like, of thoughts in my mind. You feel me? Like, I haven't stopped sitting like that, right? Yeah, like, I started sitting proper, like, you feel me? Like, every time I would want to do that, I would, like, and then I would sit like this. And, but point being, my mind started, thinking these things like, okay, yeah, like, if I sit like this, maybe, like, what's up? What's going on with me? Like, am I really straight? You feel me? Like, because, like, girls sit like this, and why am I sitting like that? Maybe I'm like a girl, right? Like, and I started thinking these things. I started, like, thinking deeply on these things, and it's just like one simple opinion.
You're confused. Yeah, like most of these.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's a very good point. And so, yeah, like with confusion, because the reason you're confused is that you do not know the truth. You don't know that this is just an opinion, someone's opinion, and you can sit like this if you want to, right? But yeah, luckily enough, I never, considered those things. Yeah, because, yeah, freedom. I don't like being held. I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit like this if I want to. You feel me? Yeah, no, I was like that. So yeah, friends, and society as well. Like, the opinion may not be targeted to you. It may be targeted to just the general public. And someone would, when you're reading things online, like, oftentimes when you're reading things, you read it from a personal point of view, where it's like, yeah, you really personalize what you're reading. And yeah, like, I feel like that's one of the ways society has an effect on people, because you're confused and you're like, okay, no, like, maybe I am.
So yeah, I think my research was based on. Now I saw like something you spoke about ancient times. Yeah. Can we go into that? I didn't find anything. No, I did not.
Like, it's basically like, you see, like, in ancient times, like, this whole homosexuality, before, in the times of John Money and Alfred Kinsey, it never had a term, right? But it still existed. You feel me? Like, it still existed. Like, people back in the days, men would have, sexual relations with boys, yeah, with, like, children. You feel me?
But it still wasn't like right at that time. It was wrong.
Nowhere
Yeah,
in time.
was it ever right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. And that's one very, very important point.
Yeah.
Nowhere in time was the same sex thing ever tolerated.
Yeah,
In
tolerated,
fact,
yeah.
back in the days when they caught people, they would behead them.
Oh,
They would, like, completely torture them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's something that is unnatural.
Yeah.
It's unnatural,
Yeah.
for a man to be with a man.
Yeah.
It's unnatural. And so, yeah.
And can I just say, like, I'm glad it's not there anymore. Like, I am glad. Like, it's not like beheading any more people. So yeah. Yeah. So
And I mean, it's something that I don't necessarily like. I don't like at all, right? Like, how, if you're homosexual, you're treated as an animal, or other people have that perspective. Like, they totally see you in a different light. Like, you're not human,
I was looking at is it Ghana or something, an African country, bro. they yeah, bro, they jail time for life. If it's a repeated offense, you're hanged. Like, bro, like it's hectic. If you're homosexual and stuff, if it's a repeated offense, you get hanged for it. If it's a one time, it's a life sentence. Like, yo, man, it's hectic. It's hectic.
Yeah, I was watching this other um video, the part of the research, and it was on the basis of, is homosexuality African, right? And yeah, it is tough, bro. Like the things that the debates there, right? Because it was like literally world leaders, no, like African leaders, right? African leaders, and they were, touching on homosexuality. Like the religion was included in that conversation as well. And like there was this other minister from like a Western country in Africa. He totally, bro, like if you could hear the things that he said there, like he totally, like, oh my goodness, you feel me? Like I was listening to it, I was like, damn, I'm not gay, but like, you feel me? Like, these are human beings, bro. Like, and like in all, yeah, they're all human beings. We're all human beings, And so it's like, I don't like this thing where people are treating them all differently and stuff, because no, like they are human beings. They're just a bit. I feel like uh, there's a confusion. There's a confusion in identity, and like a confusion in because like if you look at it, it really hits identity. Like an identity is one of the homes. It's like it's like the home. You feel me? Yeah, it hits on identity. People are confused about their identity, their gender identity as well. And,
I mean, if you don't know who you are, like,
exactly. Why not create a new person who can do things that they want to do?
yeah. Like, it's hard. It's hard. Like you said, we're all humans, and it's hard not putting God into this, because obviously God is the person that created us. And let's remove Christianity, because I don't think God is just Christianity. Like, I think the people that believe in whatever religions, some of them believe in the God we believe in. It's just that they have like different beliefs about that same God. So
Splits him up and
yeah.
yeah.
So we have one God, and I believe many people do believe in that Adam and Eve, that whole story of Adam and Eve. And like I said, it's hard putting out the Bible in putting out God into this, but it is through like Adam and Eve eating the apple that all of this came to life. Like I'm not talking about homosexuality, but I'm talking about everything. Like the brokenness of the world started there, and all of these things started coming in and creeping up. So I think that's where the root is. That's where we all started. That's where we need to fix it. Like, if we can fix ourselves and with our God, not saying Christianity, but with our God, I think we can start diverting into the right path, understanding who we are, what we're supposed to do, what our purpose is, like what we were meant for from day one, when that creator said, you are Josh and I'm Gam. Like, so yeah. But yeah, I'd like to wrap this up, if you don't mind. But going back into trending, the people that actually made it trend, these two people, John Money and yeah. And the reason why I want to touch on these people, like I said, these are the people that we chose to follow, that the world chose to follow, let me say. And I just want people to see like who these people are, like, and what they're about, and what we choose to follow, and what we choose to accept and condone, if I may say. Like, I'm not sure if you have a gay friend or a lesbian friend or whatever, homosexual friend, but I think we condone these things not knowing where they come from, and it's good to know where they come from. It's good to know like what we are following and where it comes from, the root of it. Guti, who are these people that put it out there? Who are these people that made it on the map, for people to see? So can we go into details about these guys, if you don't mind, Yeah. So just short, man. Can I talk about Kenzie? Then you talk about money. Is that fine? All right. Shoot. So, like I said, Kenzie. So I'm gonna read from one of my notes. Kenzie is the father of sexual revolution. The father. They don't put it any better. The father.
Yeah.
Like
He birthed it. Came from his sperms. Yeah. I feel you.
Exactly. So this dude, bro, is a human sexologist. He's a um uh he's a father. So this guy claims that babies have orgasms from 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 a young age. Like babies from 5 months have orgasms, and that child rape is beneficial for them, for kids. How on earth is that? Like it's not even connected to homosexuality. It's not connected to men on men, but like we choose to follow these people that
Just thinking, like, when you were saying this, like, what were people thinking, bro?
some people were for it. Some people weren't. But obviously, like, since it's this famous, since it's come to this, there were majority that was for it, And there's a report from Kenzie that says so it's all the same. Guti, how dogs orgasm, what to Kenzie is it's all the same. It all flows together, you know.
I think that's one of the craziest thing that I've heard. Honestly.
Bro,
Oh my goodness. How can you put an animal and a human being in the same at the same level when it comes to sex? How? Like I just fail to understand that, like, honestly.
it's this guy was twisted. Like, this is what made me angry.
In which I, as I say, like, these people are actually people who just wanted to practice their own sexual habits, sexual interests in public freely. They did not want to hide the things that they do, because I really believe that these people were doing these things behind closed doors, and now it's like they want to publicize them.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, it's completely twisted. Like, how can you say it's okay for a 10-year-old to, as long as, like, the 10-year-old really loves the guy. Like, he really loves the 30-year-old man, bro. Honestly, a 10-year-old, that kid is busy thinking about, toys.
Guys, bro, he's probably looking at this guy's muscle. He's
Exactly. It's like, this guy's a strong man. You feel me? Like, is this my dad? You feel me? Like, this kid is so immature. This kid does not know anything. This kid is not even developed yet. You feel me? This is the little kid, and this is like an old man. Like, how how, you know, like as I'm saying, like these people just wanted to, um, yes, normalize these things, normalize this kind of society, and you know, looking at it, like they, they, they did succeed. You know, they did succeed to in what they were hoping for, because even if the truth came out that these guys were actually just controversial, these guys were actually just false, you feel me, the very things that they were doing the research on, the very things that they were saying is normal, you feel me, it's after them. Actually, there was a report let's say that after these guys, right, the amount of the amount of pedophilia, right? The amount of sex trafficking, the amount of homosexuality, like it doubled. Like after these guys, like it literally doubled. And so, yeah, like
If I mean, if someone is supporting your your disgusting desires, then I'm probably gonna put it out there now. I'm gonna do it without any care or regard of what others think, cause someone famous is saying, "Nah, you're doing a good job, bro. Continue doing it, cause it's proven research that you what you're doing is normal." So, of course, it went up. You know, it's and there's this one from John Money of the two kids. Yeah, the kids that were getting circumcised and
yeah, I was really passionate about this, you know, because the two kids, well, they were kids who were two twins. First of all, it was one guy, one kid, right, one twin. Yes, one of the twin, David Raymer was the name. He growing up, right, his private part was cut off because was it burnt off? Is it? Yes, it was due to a botched circumcision, and so with that, like he grew up without a private part, right, a penis. I don't know. Should I? Can I be explicit? Okay. Yeah, like he grew up without a penis. You feel me? And so with that, his parents called John Money, and they were like, they brought the kid to John Money, and John Money now had a very controversial theory that sexual identity, right, gender identity was attained through how you grow up, not just like you're born and like that you're a boy, right, you're attracted to females, but he believed that it can be taught, like gender identity can be taught. And so this kid now was put as an experiment for his research based on the theory.
can I just say it like now? Can I just say it like now? I'm thinking about it. What you're saying, like that's pretty much what it is now.
Bro, exactly, totally. And I'm gonna go to that because there's a very important point to that actually with what you said. But with David now being a test subject of sexuality and like the theory, he grew up as a boy. Like the parent, he grew up as a girl. Sorry, yes. The parents bought him dresses. They treated him like a girl. They, the way the mannerisms that they taught David was of a female. And David grew up in school with before that. So the other twin now, he was a boy, right? And he had his dick, and with that, what Money did with these two twins is that he would have them touch each other, Apparently, he was like, it teaches them about the whole sexual reality of things. So these boys were touching each other. If the boys resisted, David reported that Money would become so violent, so angry with the kids, right? Because he wanted them to do this. And so with that, he is David grew up a life where he was just confused because he could, yes, exactly. Because what is it like? If you're a guy, you were naturally attracted to a female, right? And so he was naturally attracted to a female, but he was living like a girl, and so like he was just twisted about that, and his whole high school and school life was just full of yes, uncertainty, confusion, and he was even depressed at some stage, and so like with that, to fast forward, David ended up finding his real. He ended up finding his real this secret that he was a test subject, right? That was at about 15. At the age of 15, he discovered that he was actually a boy, and that he's a test subject. And with that, he changed. He ended up changing back to being a boy, living like a boy. He moved away. He even married, right? Yeah, he even got married, bro. You feel me? And in which, like, I commended him that, like, he literally left all those things. He realized that, nah, it's not supposed to be like this, Like, there's something that tells you that it's not supposed to be like this. And, he got married to a wife, to a female. And yes, but with all that happened, with all the bullying in school, even, it messed his mind up. Like he had chronic depression. Yes, it was. He had a serious mental illness after that. And how could you not, bro? Like, tell me, like, living your life is a lie. Honestly, as a test subject, this is a whole human being. And so with that, even from the trauma, of like John Money and things, and yes, and I think the age of 33 or something, he ended up killing himself because of, like how you can't live with yourself if you've lived through all that, you can't live with yourself. And so with that,
The brother
did the brother kill himself too? I didn't know about that, but you can tell how like this person who people like respected so much, people like held to a high claim so much, like look at the things that he did, like it's and going back to what you said about how it's the way it is nowadays, which is very true, because after that, the whole idea, in fact, of there not being a gender, because there's a common idea nowadays where there's like no gender whatsoever. It literally came out of that. It came out of John Kinsey and Alfred Kinsey and John Money. Like it grew from that. Now people are believing that there is no gender whatsoever. Like you can just grow up and choose who you want to be.
I heard that- I heard I saw a thing, like a thumbnail on YouTube of a video. So the guy saying homosexuality is a gene. It's a gene, so it can be passed on from generation to generation. Yeah, so probably my grandson, if I was gay, my grandson would be gay. Probably. Like, bruh, like but it's cool. It's fine.
What the question I asked, and I actually want to ask it right now. Do you think people are born gay?
But no, can we say it for another topic?
Okay, let's say it for another topic. No. Yeah.
But beyond,
Say this.
are there things to it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I say that.
Okay. No, I do agree with you. We'll leave it for another topic though, because this is yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But yes, you were saying in closing.
Yeah. Yeah, in closing, like, yeah, like now that you know all of these things, please like do your own research. When new trends come, when new things come into play, into existence, into society, like research them first, find out where it comes from, find out the creator of these things, the fathers of these things, before you just follow trends, before you just jump in and when I decide with nah, yeah, no, this is the in thing. Might as well just go in, just fit in with people, because
Do your research. Yes. Don't just do it because people are saying this is how it is. Yeah.
yeah, like it's beneficial. Like I honestly think these things that I know now, bruh, like these things just create conversations. They focus. They make me focus my mind into the right things, into like things that lead to life, bruh. Things that lead to existence. Things that lead to like peace. Like, bruh, there's so much peace knowing that I know this, and my kids will know this, and my grandkids will know this. My cousins will know this, and I'm not saying not I won't be saying these things, telling them these things so that they can hate homosexuals, but it's so that they can be educated not to fall in the same traps or be confused as others are. And it's unfortunate they're confused, man. It's sad. There's I don't want to say there's nothing we can do.
Honestly, I think, I'm going to piggyback on what you said because of what I know, I can be comfortable in my identity.
Yeah.
Knowing that, like, yes, I'm a man, like I'm attracted to females. And I feel more secure from that, like from what I know, because I know like where it comes from. It's something that I already knew that it was a natural, but, with this, like it just makes you think that if I could open my mind to this,
It was said.
what can of worms would I be opening up to as well? You feel me?